Hello, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have Don Winslow of the Navy from 1942, starring Don Terry. In this, Commander Don Winslow returns to the Office of Naval Intelligence from his command of his cruiser to investigate strange events on the Pacific island of Tangita. A ring of saboteurs and enemy agents are trying to destroy ships carrying supplies to the troops and sabotage the war effort. I'm not going to get away with this with Don on the job. So here we go with Don Winslow of the Navy. We'll be back.
What are the smoke screen laid?
Engine room. Lay smoke screen. Smoke screen laid, sir.
Commander Winslow, attacking cruiser, port side. Very good, Pennington.
Bearing, sir. 20 degrees.
Left half rudder.
Left half rudder.
Torpedo control, the fire went on.
Torpedo control. Torpedo fired, sir. Four torpedoes fired, sir.
Commander Winslow has just scored 4 direct hits, sir.
Very good.
Those torpedoes sure put that cruiser out of action.
Fire when ready.
Anti-aircraft, fire when ready.
Maintain the course.
Aye, sir. Maintain the course.
Waited another second, that bomb would have had us.
Listening post reports submarine, sir, off the starboard bow.
Stand by for depth charges.
Depth charge stations. Depth charges 1, 2, and 3 fired, sir.
Right, full rudder.
Right, full rudder. Admiral Warburton, you're to be congratulated on the manner in which your fleet has conducted these maneuvers.
Thank you, sir.
Commander Winslow is also to be commended.
I agree with you, sir. He deserves a lot of credit for the way he's readjusted himself after being transferred back to his command from naval intelligence.
Order Commander Winslow aboard. I want to talk to him.
Aye, aye, sir. Have that signal sent to Commander Winslow at once.
Pennington,
Yes, sir.
take a look at this.
Perfect score. That ought to knock a couple years off our grades.
It won't hurt us any, especially with the sink us watching maneuvers.
Commander Winslow, Admiral Warburton's compliments, sir. You're to come aboard flagship immediately.
Very well. This is it, Red. Cross your fingers.
You said it, Don. And don't forget to present Lieutenant Pennington's compliments to the Zinkas. Commander Winslow reporting, sir.
Commander, I've sent for you to congratulate you on the skillful handling of your ship during the maneuvers.
Thank you, sir. But the officers and enlisted men deserve most of the credit.
I'm glad you realize that. We commanding officers must never forget that it's the spirit of the entire personnel that makes our Navy the great force that it is.
Excuse me, sir.
This concerns you, Commander.
Thank you, sir. Supply ship SS Coeur Queen sunk off Tangita Island. Suspect organized sabotage. Respectfully request Commander Winslow be transferred back to my division at Pearl Harbor. Signed, Captain Holding, Naval Intelligence.
The Coeur Queen is the second supply ship that's been lost attempting to reach Tangita Island. The first intimation that we've had of sabotage is this report from Miss Mercedes Colby.
Mercedes Colby.
Yes, she and her friend Misty Gay were the only survivors of the Coeur Queen. Do you know them?
Very well. I've worked with them before. They're both very intelligent girls.
Oh, they're more than that, especially Misty.
Well, tell me, Captain, what were they doing on the Coeur Queen?
Well, Miss Gay is secretary to Blake, the contractor building the naval base at Tangita. Miss Colby is the head nurse at the new naval dispensary on the island.
What's so important about Tangita?
Well, although it's off the main trade routes, patrols based there can protect our shipping lanes.
Then the destruction of these supply ships is the work of saboteurs determined to prevent our building a base on Tangita.
That's right.
The fact that the Coeur Queen was torpedoed proves that the saboteurs must have a base somewhere in the vicinity of Tangita.
That's why I'm sending you there, Winslow, to try and find that out.
We'll do our very best, sir.
I know you'll do that. Now, here's the island layout. Here at the northern tip is a gold mine. The only through road runs south from it, past this native village to Rondana Bay, where the base is being built. You're southbound for Tangita tonight, Commander, under forced draft.
Aye, aye, sir.
And good luck.
Thank you, sir. There's Tangita Island.
We should be pulling into Rondana Bay in less than an hour.
You'll be in command of the ship, Grady, while Lieutenant Pennington and I are ashore.
Aye, sir.
Your first assignment will be to sail directly south 200 miles. Then circle the island, closing in until you return to Rondana Bay.
Yes, sir.
Tangita looks peaceful enough.
Yeah.
Take a look.
It's the U.S. Navy, all right. And with Winslow on Tangita, we'd better watch our step.
Know what brought him here?
Certainly. To investigate the report that the Court of Queen was torpedoed off this island.
Tranker's carelessness in allowing those two girls to escape when he sank the Court of Queen may disrupt our whole layout here.
I'd hate to be in Tranker's shoes when the Scorpion finds out that Winslow has been sent to Tangita.
Anyway, we have the edge on Winslow.
What's that?
We know something about him and his capabilities. He doesn't know us or ours. Someone's leaving the ship.
Who is it?
Looks like Winslow and some of his naval intelligence associates.
Lower the upper periscope, Uncle.
Yes, sir.
The order, M22. Get rid of Winslow before he can locate our underwater submarine base.
And bring a flock of U.S. destroyers down on us? No, Prindle. Scorpion has too big and too costly a layout here to take that chance.
Hey, wait a minute. There's Tranker on the Z-37 now.
Captain Tranker?
I've come in for oil, M22. You'll have to wait until the underseas oil well is repaired. That's what keeping Letterton and his Z-52 in port.
As a matter of fact, Tranker, you're to keep your sub here in this cave until you receive further instruction from the Scorpion.
But I don't understand.
But it might help your understanding to know that those two girls whom you allowed to escape from the Court of Queen brought Don Winslow and that U.S. destroyer anchored out in the bay.
You wait here, Prindle. One of us is enough to greet Winslow.
Mercedes, look who's here.
You'd better stay ashore with us and look out for the radio.
Aye, aye, sir.
Red.
Don Winslow.
Hello, Mercedes. It's good to see you.
Hi, sailor.
Hi, Misty. How's the shipwreck mermaid?
Oh, I want to forget about it. It was pretty horrible. Oh, here's my boss, Mr. Blake. I don't think you've met him.
Welcome to Tangita, Commander.
Thank you, Mr. Blake. I'm glad to meet you, and I'm glad to be here.
And this is Lieutenant Pennington.
Glad to know you, Lieutenant.
Your job will be a lot easier with Don Winslow and Red Pennington on the island. To say nothing of the 620 standing by.
I don't doubt it. We've heard of Winslow even in Tangita.
Nothing bad, I hope.
May I welcome the new arrivals?
Hello, Merlin.
Oh, Commander Winslow, Lieutenant Pennington, this is Mr. Merlin.
Glad
Commander?
to meet you, Mr. Merlin.
Mr. Merlin is the manager of the Tangita gold mine.
Oh, I see.
Commander Winslow is here to investigate the sabotage that's been holding up my work.
Oh, that's good news. Be sure to let me know, Commander, if there's anything I can do to help you.
Thank you, Mr. Merlin. I will.
Well, Commander, I'd like to show you the offices we've arranged for you at our headquarters.
Oh, I'm sure you'll like them, especially the radio.
Well, sounds very good. Let's look it over.
Okay.
Open up the set. Maybe we can learn Winslow's immediate plans.
I've been waiting 2 days for a message from the Baratavia.
The Baratavia? Is she headed for Tangita?
Yes, with equipment, skilled technicians, and their families. My work on the new naval base is practically at a standstill until she arrives.
Well, that looks like our first job, Red. To see that the Baratavia reaches here safely.
620 will see her through.
I'll radio Grady as soon as we find out the Baratavia's position. We'll use the special code.
A lot of good the special code will do with this hookup. We'll take care of the Baratavia. You're not risking a submarine to get the Baratavia. That depends on what Winslow does with the 620. Spike, I've got an important job for you to do. Corey, stick close to that dictaphone. I want a record of all the information you can get on the Baratavia.
Good morning, Mr. Splendor.
And the top of the morning to you, Captain Fairfield. Have you had any word yet from Blake?
Not yet. You know my orders not to disclose our position until we reach 30 South.
Oh, sure.
Come in. Oh, hello, Mr. Barsack. What can I do for you?
I must send a message, and your radio operator refuses to transmit it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Barsack. He's following orders. We're using our radio only for ship's business from here until we reach Tangita.
But this message is important.
Sure, it is more important that our workers and their families reach Tangita.
Right. That's why we're taking no chances on having the Baratavia's position known.
Okay, Fairfield. You're the captain.
And let that be a lesson to you, Mr. Barsack.
Marco, what about that code message for Barsack?
I've just finished it, M22.
Good. Use the regular commercial band and send it to him on the Baratavia at once.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Splendor, we've just contacted Tangita via radio. Your friend, Commander Winslow, is there.
That's fine. I had a hunch he'd be showing up there sooner or later after Blake wired me about the trouble he's been having.
Well, he's certainly on the job. He's sending the 620 to convoy us as soon as I radio him our position.
Well, sure, they'll be needing that. The 620 could never find us on the zigzag course we've been sailing.
I'll have Sparks radio our position in code at once. Change our course every 15 minutes.
What's wrong?
Sparks has been murdered. Our radio's smashed. To prevent us giving our position to the 620.
I can't raise the Baratavia, sir.
We'll contact the 620. Maybe the Baratavia gave Grady her position.
Yes, sir.
M22, the Scorpion is ready to speak.
Our submarine base on Tangita must not be discovered. Don Winslow is to be taken prisoner and held until I order his execution. Destroy the Baratavia and leave no survivors. Franca is a valuable agent, but he must be punished as I advised for his carelessness in placing us in great danger. These are your orders, M22. You know the penalty for failing to execute them.
See that Spike destroys Winslow's radio. Where's Tranker?
Probably still on the submarine awaiting orders.
Tranker, your carelessness threatens us with the loss of our undersea submarine base and the whole setup here. Our master, the Scorpion, demands that you be punished.
Well, don't stand there talking about it. Get it over with.
The Scorpion has been most generous. He gives you a 50-50 chance to escape with your life and at the same time render him a great service. Do you accept that chance?
What else can I do? I know there's no escaping the Scorpion. No. What's the chance?
You're to sink the Baratavia.
Well, that'll be easy. I'll get the Z-37 right away.
You won't need the submarine. You're to sink the Baratavia alone.
What do you mean?
You're to become the first successful human torpedo ever to be used in the Scorpion's services.
The 620's report, sir.
The 620 hasn't been able to contact the Baratavia.
Then something serious must have happened to the ship.
Ask Grady for his position.
Yes, sir.
Mosquito boat's ready, Don.
Oh, all right, Fred.
We put our radio out of commission.
Where's Don?
He went after the gunman.
There won't be any message between Winslow and that destroyer. Then Tranker can't miss blowing up the Baratavia with his human torpedo. I'm sure glad I ain't no human torpedo.
Okay, sailor. Get rid of the gun. Inside.
There's one inside.
He must have gone out that window, sir.
We'll go after the rest of them.
There's no use, Red. You can't find anybody in this jungle. What was that shooting at the warehouse?
They smashed our radio, sir.
We'll get it fixed as quickly as possible.
Yes, sir.
Red, this is all a plan to blow up the Baratavia with a human torpedo before the 620 comes out to protect her.
Well, we've got to warn the Baratavia.
There's only one chance. We'll use the mosquito boat.
Now, when you get a direct line on the Baratavia, pull that lever and jump for your life.
My life isn't worth much from now on.
It's the Scorpion's orders. Now get started.
The torpedo will follow the same course we're on. So keep a sharp lookout, Red.
Okay, Don.
Don, look. That's it, Red. Unlimber the gun.
Okay. won't even dent it.
I know. Ramming's the only thing that'll stop it. Throw out that life belt, Red, and jump in.
Nothing doing. I'm sticking with you, Don.
That's an order, Lieutenant Pennington.
Aye, aye, sir.
Red. The torpedo will follow the same course we're on, so keep a sharp lookout, Red.
Okay, Don. Don, look.
That's it, Red. Unlimber the gun.
Okay. Pounder won't even dent it.
I know. Ramming's the only thing that'll stop it. Throw out that life belt, Red, and jump in.
Nothing doing. I'm sticking with you, Don.
That's an order, Lieutenant Pennington.
Aye, aye, sir.
Red.
You mean we did? Boy, I hope they pick us up. Let's cut across the bow.
Did you find out about the explosion, Captain Fairfield?
Not yet, Mr. Splendor. I've sent a boat out to investigate. There seem to be a couple of men swimming out there. Bridge, Captain Fairfield speaking. Oh, good. Let me know as soon as it's ready. That was the relief operator. He'll have the radio fixed in about an hour.
Oh, fine.
It's the radio room, sir. Sparks says the Baratavia doesn't answer.
Tell him to keep trying. To let me know if he has any luck.
Aye, aye, sir.
So you see, gentlemen, the only way to stop the human torpedo is to ram it.
You not only saved my ship, Commander Winslow, but the lives of these skilled workers and a cargo of supplies and equipment.
You know, Don, this human torpedo thing sounds to me like the shenanigans of the Scorpion.
We could have made sure if the crook who killed your operator and wrecked the radio hadn't made us escape.
He's still somewhere aboard this ship.
Then we're going to find him.
How? Nobody saw him.
Think I found a clue, Don.
What is it, Red?
Well, this sailor says he saw one of the passengers acting suspiciously around the radio room just before Sparks was killed.
Tell your story, sailor.
I was hurrying aft to read the log, sir, when I saw someone sneak up and look through the radio room window. He had something in his hand, but it was covered with a handkerchief. He heard me coming and ducked out of sight around the cabin.
Did you follow him?
It was time to read the log, and you know what that means, sir.
Did you see his face?
Well,
Could you identify him?
if you lined up the passengers, I'm sure I could. Oh, I picked this up where he was standing. He must have dropped it.
Sign of anyone, Don.
Red. Mike, look here.
Looks like your hunch was right, Mike.
It is the Scorpion, all right.
This proves the murderer on this ship is working for the Scorpion.
I've heard of the Scorpion. Isn't he some sort of legendary spy master?
Spy genius, Captain. And he's no legend. Blast his hide.
We now know who the Scorpion's gang is working for.
You can bet their biggest job is to prevent our Navy building a submarine base on Tangita Island.
Right. That makes it more urgent than ever that we capture the murderer aboard this ship.
I don't know how we can identify him now.
I think I do, Captain. We can begin by checking the code messages received by passengers aboard this ship.
That'll do it, laddie.
And when we've found him, the first thing we'll make him do is tell us where the Scorpion's headquarters are located on Tangita.
M22, the Scorpion is ready to speak.
I received your message, M22. I cannot tolerate failures. The Batavia must be sunk before her cargo is unloaded. Use a submarine. Winslow is holding the passengers aboard ship, placing Bersac in constant danger of discovery. Winslow must not reach him. My orders to capture Winslow and hold him a prisoner must be obeyed.
Scorpion's right. Baratavia must be sunk before Winslow finds out about Barzak. Get the Z-52 ready.
Sorry, M22, but both submarines will be tied up until our undersea oil well is repaired.
The perfect sub-base. Entrance hidden from the sea. Enough oil on the ocean floor to refuel an entire Navy. Now it's useless. I don't want excuses. Have that oil well operating within the next 24 hours.
That's the last of the radio messages sent from Pearl Harbor by Trans-Pacific, sir.
Oh, here's the complete list of names from Captain Holding, Don.
Chapman, tell Lieutenant Pennington to step in here.
Aye, aye, sir.
Mercedes, my hunch is right. There's one message listed by the Baratavia as having been sent by Trans-Pacific, which is not on Holding's list.
What does that mean, Don?
Well, it means it must have been sent from a secret radio station.
Did you uncover something, Don?
Yes, Red. We can have Captain Fairfield release his passengers.
Then there was no one at all on the list you could suspect as the murderer?
On the contrary, there was. And his name is Paul Barzak.
Great, I'll arrest him at once.
No, wait a minute, Red. We won't do anything to let him know we've spotted him. But we'll have him followed from the minute he leaves the ship. There's a very good chance that he'll lead us to the Scorpion's headquarters here on Tangita.
Barzak's got to be warned. I'll meet him at the boat. No, he has instructions to go to the Pacific Hotel. We'll contact him there through Tangita Jim.
Fred just told us you're releasing the passengers on the Baratavia.
That's right.
That's good news, Commander. I need those skilled workmen to keep going on the new naval base.
Mr. Blake's already 3 weeks behind schedule.
Oh, I'm sorry to hold you up, Blake. But it's important that we get a line on the Scorpion's gang.
Don, Red found out Barzak has reservations at the Pacific Hotel. He's trailing him there.
The Pacific Hotel?
It's the only hotel on the island, Commander. Run by a half-caste by the name of Tangita Jim.
I have a room there. I was just going over to freshen up a bit.
Misty, do me a favor. Stay away from the hotel for the rest of the day.
Anything you say, Don.
Mike, you get up there as quickly as you can. And tell Red...
Reservations for Barzak? Paul Barzak?
Oh, yes, Mr. Barzak. Tangita Jim has the best room of the hotel.
Miss Gay, Misty Gay, is she in?
Sorry, sir, but she left early this morning.
To meet her here?
Well, you can wait if you like.
Thanks.
You key, Mr. Barzak, number 18. I hope your stay in Tangita will be a pleasant one.
Thank you. I'm sure it will. Took you long enough to report.
I couldn't help it, M22. They held us all on board ship.
Thanks to your bungling of the job.
I followed your orders to the letter.
Yes, I suppose you did. I didn't figure on Winslow's interference.
His red-headed friend followed me here.
I fully expected Winslow to have you followed.
Morning. Tell Don I spotted Barsack here at the hotel and to come right over.
All right, Red.
You take the car. I'll wait here.
Well, quite a striking resemblance.
Looks enough like you to throw Winslow off the trail. Yeah, and put me on the spot. Not if you're smart, Corley. And lead Winslow into a trap, as we planned.
Has anything happened?
No, he's still inside.
Good. Take the car and pick up Mike on the wharf. I may need him.
Don, that's Barsack.
He's heading for that jungle trail.
You've got to stop him.
No. He's probably heading for that hut where Red and I had the fight. When he comes back with Mike, tell them to wait here.
Hello?
Winslow was following Corley. He thinks Corley is Barsack.
Thanks, Jim. Our little scheme worked.
Good. Now we can get out of here. I'm anxious to get to your headquarters.
Take that brown car. Follow the coast road.
Does that lead to the mine?
No. I'll be waiting for you on the road at Lookout Point.
Well, that shouldn't be hard to find.
I'll be careful you're not followed. You know what it means if Winslow finds out that the mine is in any way connected with the Scorpion.
Why don't you let me finish off that nosy commander?
No. The Scorpion is reserving that pleasure for himself. Winslow must be taken alive. Now go ahead. Be sure to give me plenty of time before you follow. throw him in that corner and put a mat over him. You keep close guard over him. I've got to report to M22. How long are you going to keep him here? M22 will decide that. Your job's to see that nobody comes anywhere near this hut. Nobody will. Slug, you come with me.
Hey there. Are you sure this is the right trail?
Yeah, we'll be spotting the hut soon. But I am worried about not meeting Don.
That hot-headed young spalpeen. He had no business to chase that murdering crook through this jungle alone.
Well, I hope he didn't lose sight of Barsack. Here's the hut, Mike.
That devil in front of it makes me think something's happened to Don.
We gotta find out.
Oh, wait a minute. We gotta trick that crook. You sneak around in back of the hut. I'll give you plenty of time, then I'll open up with a barrage from my gun. When you hear me shooting, close in.
Okay, Mike. All right, drop your gun.
Red, in here.
Mike, no use following him. That jungle's too thick. Come on, Don's inside.
Red, under the mat.
Don.
Good boy, Red. Get me out of this.
Don, my boy. Looks like you walked right into a trap.
They sure put one over on us that time.
Yeah, and it was cleverly done. That wasn't Barsack I followed.
I think you were right.
I know I'm right. Listen, we've got to get back to the hotel and pick up the trail of the real Barsack.
Right.
I'm leaving. You can send my stuff over to headquarters.
All right, Barsack. But be careful they don't follow you.
Something just happened that I don't understand. Another Barsack came out of the hotel, got into a car, and drove down the coast road.
That was the real Barsack. Let me have the car, Mercedes. I'm going after that crook.
Now you're talking, laddie. We'll catch him.
No, Mike. You and Red follow me in another car and keep me covered. Our friends have a habit of shooting in the back.
Here comes Barsack now. Get away without being followed?
A girlfriend of Winslow's spotted me as I left the hotel.
Bungled again. She'll send someone after you.
Well, if she does, they won't find Barsack alive. Get that can of gasoline out of the car.
What for?
Never mind. Get it. I'll pour it over that car. Find the wrecked car at the bottom of the cliff and think Barsack was killed. Come on. find the wrecked car at the bottom of the cliff and think Barzak was killed. Come on.
I got it, Don. Was sure lucky that time.
I'll say he was. Doesn't look like Barzak was.
Not if he was in that burning car.
He must have lost control right after the fire started.
Oh, sure. Let's not worry about Barzak. Let's get down and see if we can help Don.
Come on, wake up.
Howdy, Barzak. Glad to see you got here.
I'm glad to be here.
Come on. This mine makes a good front for our operations. How does this place strike you, Barzak?
Great. But how did the boats get in here?
That's the secret of the place. An underwater tunnel leads from here out to the ocean.
Strikes me as a perfect submarine base.
Especially with their undersea oil well to refuel the subs.
It's the only place like it in the world. Our master, the Scorpion, deserves a lot of credit for discovering it.
Hello, Barzak. I hear you had a little trouble getting here.
Yeah, thanks to our good friend Winslow.
It's a Scorpion.
M22. I can't understand your stupidity in permitting the Batavia to unload supplies for the new naval base. Neither should Winslow have been allowed to identify Barzak. But we'll discuss your mistakes later. Now, there is important work to be done. The SS Tarleton, carrying a load of gun mountings and $1 million in gold, is due north of Tangita tomorrow morning. The ship is to be captured as a decoy for our submarines. The gold must be removed for my use. Communicate with my agent Kramer, a passenger aboard the Tarleton. He will give you further instructions. Those are my orders, M22. See that they are obeyed.
Barzak. See that Riker gets the Z-37 ready for action.
What about Winslow's destroyer?
620 is a problem. It would help a lot if we knew Winslow's plans.
Maybe we can find out at the listening post.
It's a good idea, Prindle. We'll go over there at once.
Message from Captain Holding, sir.
What is it, Don?
Read it.
SS Tarleton will be in Tangita danger zone at 8 a.m. the 27th. Freighter carries gun mountings and $1 million gold shipment. Meet ship with destroyer 620 and convoy are beyond area of submarine activity. 27th? Well, that's tomorrow.
Yes. We're leaving for convoy duty at midnight. It's important work, but I don't like being interrupted on this island job.
Well, it makes no difference, my lad. You've bungled it so far.
Huh? Oh, I resent that, Mike.
Yeah, Blake's been able to keep going with his work on the new naval base without any more sabotage.
Sure, and that's true. But you handled that Barsack wrong. You let him get away without finding out anything about the Scorpion's hideout.
We're not through with Barsack yet.
I don't get you, Don. Barsack is dead.
Yes, but his luggage is still at the hotel. We'll go over there tonight and take a look at it. We may find a clue among his personal effects that'll lead us to the Scorpion's headquarters.
Turn it off.
Winslow's convoying the Tarleton isn't going to help the Scorpion's plans any.
I have an idea Winslow won't be any place near the Tarleton.
But he just said he was...
He also said he was going to examine Barsack's luggage. If he does, he'll find something that'll throw him off the track. Spike, I want you and Corley to take this note to the hotel.
And we've got to get into Barsack's room at the hotel without anyone finding out what we're up to.
Well, that's fine, lad, but I'll creep up no dark alleys nor shinny up any posts. I'm too old for second-story work.
We'll rent a room.
Now, why didn't I think of that in the first place?
No. That won't do it. I think...
Pennington? Misty Gay's compliments, sir. And would you take it to dinner?
I've got it. Misty, you're just in time.
Would you mind repeating that? Red says I'm always late.
I'd like you to go to your room at the hotel.
But, Don, we just came from there. And Red promised to
Now,
take
don't argue, girls. This is important. You'll be receiving callers in just a few minutes.
Wait a minute. There's Barsack's room. Give me the pass key. There it is.
Hi, sailor.
Hi, Misty.
Careful, no one sees you.
Did you find anything? Red!
Did he get you, Don?
Get those Scorpion agents. I'll bring Barsack's suitcase.
Did you see two?
Did we? They practically knocked us over. They ran down the hall.
Did Winslow swallow the bait?
I don't know. He pretended thieves broke in Miss Gay's room. Spike, are you sure Winslow didn't see you plant that note?
He couldn't see me. My back was to the closet he was hiding in.
I don't see what good it'll do, even if he does find the note.
That's what we're going to find out. Corley, take that key. Slip into that empty room next to the girls and keep your ears open.
Look at this.
What is it?
The SS Mordania is to be torpedoed at 8 o'clock on the 27th, a short distance south of Tangita. It is your duty to see that the ship cargo of munitions does not reach its destination.
Terrible.
The worst part of it is we have orders to meet the Tarleton at the time the Mordania is to be torpedoed.
Come in.
Chapman just got a message from the Tarleton. She'll be due north of Tangita at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Thanks, Mike. What's that?
Oh, don't worry about that. This old place is full of creepy sounds.
Oh, I see.
What are we going to do about the Mordania, Don?
We are going to protect the Mordania. Inform Grady that we sail within the hour.
But, Don, Captain Holding...
That's an order, Lieutenant Pennington.
Aye, aye, sir.
Winslow's taking the 620 south immediately to help the Mordania.
Your scheme worked, M22.
Now we can take over the Tarleton without interference from Winslow on the 620.
Good. We'll get back to headquarters and send the Z-37 on its way. Barzak, we've just received further instruction from the Scorpion. You are to accompany Riker on the Z-37. You'll transfer to the Tarleton and take command of the ship.
Very well, M22.
You and Riker better get started. Contact Kramer when you reach your position.
M22. Take a look.
It's the 620, all right.
And she's sailing south.
By the time Winslow discovers the Tarleton's in trouble, he'll be too far away to do any good. Marco, lower the upper periscope.
There goes the Z-37.
And there's nothing Winslow can do to stop her.
Sir, I can't understand Commander Winslow deliberately disobeying Captain Holding's orders to convoy the Tarleton.
Doesn't seem like him, Lieutenant.
He'll be after getting himself court-martialed, I'm thinking.
Ready.
Yes, sir.
Change course to due north. We're meeting the Tarleton to convoy him.
Aye, sir. Change course to due north.
Aye, sir.
But, Don, what about the Mordania?
The message about the Mordania was a blind. To get us away from the Tarleton so she could be raided.
What makes you think that?
Well, that message wasn't in Barsak's suitcase when I first looked through it. It was planted there later by an agent.
And you gave me those orders about the Mordania so that any Scorpion agents listening would think you'd fallen for their trick.
Right.
Golly, you know a trick or two yourself, don't you?
Sparks has contacted Captain Sanborn of the Tarleton by radio, Commander.
Good. Tell Sandman to hold his course and then to stand by to pick me up. I'm going to transfer to the Tarleton to direct operations.
Aye, sir.
And when we found the message about the Mordania, I realized it was a blind to leave the Tarleton unprotected. So you see, Captain Sandman, I figured we could capture those submarine pirates if I came aboard your ship.
Good idea, Commander, and count on me for the fullest cooperation.
Thank you, Captain.
Well, Barsak, there's the Tarleton.
Good. Radio Kramer on board ship. We've reached our position, and to go ahead as planned.
Any word from the Z-37?
They're standing by you to start operations.
We'll signal them as soon as we've taken over the ship. Tell the others to take the positions I assigned them.
Hurry up, men, on deck.
Better move up closer.
We're taking over this ship. Signal the 620 to move up.
Yes, sir.
On the radio, Bart. Tell Barsak it's okay.
Everything went just as the Scorpion planned.
First, we'll transfer the gold to the C-37. This ship is to be outfitted as a decoy for our submarines. I'm to take command, you know.
Okay, Commander.
Hey, Barsack, the 620 wants us to confirm Winslow's message to come within hail.
Winslow's message?
That must have been the message the operator was sending when I shot him.
Go back to the sub. Tell Reichler to remain on our starboard side and get ready for action. Confirm that call, Bart. Tell the 620 to come within hail on our port side. When the destroyer gets within range, Reichler can nose around our bow and torpedo her. Start sending. Kramer and I'll take over the wheel.
Right.
Commander Winslow confirmed the call, sir. Wants us to come within hail at once.
Well, then let's get ready for action.
Change the course. Steer northeast.
Forget my me boys. You're only along by special permission.
I'll knock you.
The Tarleton's between the sub and the destroyer. When the 620 gets close enough...
Riker will cut right across the Tarleton's bow and let the destroyer have it.
Right. We better go forward and man the gun, in case there's any slip-up.
This gun. I don't understand it. Tarleton's traveling full speed ahead.
That was no salute.
Something must have happened to Don.
Fire control? They fire again, let them have a broadside.
But, sir, Commander Winslow's aboard that ship.
I know how you feel, Lieutenant, but it must be duty before friendship.
Take it easy, laddie. Don would want it that way, too, you.
Fire. Commence firing.
That rammed our sub.
Mr.
still got this gun.
Fire. Commence firing.
Cease firing.
Cease firing.
All hands stand by.
Stand by.
We're pulling in closer to the Tarleton.
Sure, them Scorpion agents on the Tarleton must be doomed to open fire on a destroyer.
They certainly must be, Mr. Splendid. I don't know what they hope to accomplish with one small gun.
Well, the devils are still fighting. I hope they don't get Winslow.
We'll soon take the fight out of them.
Farsight. Farsight. We've got to get out of here. Most of our men are done for. We'll try to get down to the hold of the ship and hide in one of the boxes the men stowed away in.
Just killed Kramer, the leader of that gang of pirates.
Too bad we couldn't have taken him alive. There are a lot of things he might have told us.
That shell from the 620 nearly wrecked my ship.
I'd say it saved your ship, Captain.
Well, your ramming the submarine did that. That was a clever piece of work.
Well, with a few minor repairs, you'll still be able to pull into Rondana Bay behind the 620. In the meantime, I'd like to see if there are any of the Scorpion men still alive.
Right, Commander.
By golly, laddie, I'm proud of you. The way you saved the Tarleton with its cargo of guns and gold bullion.
I'm only sorry we didn't take more of the Scorpion agents alive.
Well, we have Barsack.
Ah, sure, you couldn't kill that crook. Didn't he turn up alive after going over a cliff in a burning car?
He did. And I still have hopes of him giving us the lead to the Scorpion's hideout. Once he does that...
Yeah. Once he does that, the show's over.
He'll pull through all right. We've just got to keep him very quiet.
Radio this to Captain Hawley at once.
Aye, aye, sir.
What's the verdict?
He'll be all right, but you won't be able to worry him with questions for a few days.
I was afraid of that.
Sure, in a few days, more or less, won't make any difference so long as Barsack lives to tell us what we want to know.
We got to get Barsack away from him before he's well enough to talk.
I know we have, but how?
Come on, let's get back over to headquarters.
Now that the excitement's over, I can get back to work.
How's your work coming on, Blake?
I'll have that old smelter reconstructed into a modern power plant in another week, barring sabotage.
Well, we're not out of the woods yet by any means, so keep your guards posted. See you later, Misty.
Okay.
Howdy. Friend will get here?
Yeah, he went to the radio room.
Bring it in.
You're just in time, M22. Scorpion wants to know about Barsack.
What about Barsek, M22?
Winslow holds him captive. He's in a serious condition, but expected to live, sir.
If he lives, he'll find some way to make him talk. Neither Winslow nor the Navy must learn we have an underground oil well and submarine base at Tangita. Rescue Barsek at once. He's still valuable to me.
I'll rescue him, all right. I'll do more than that. Get Corley at once.
You don't like it, Mike. Don taking that risk alone, we should be helping him.
Well, this is the way he wants it, and I'm thinking we are helping him. We're obeying his orders and keeping out of the way if bad says to it.
Well, I hope nothing happens to Mercedes.
Ah, you don't have to worry about that, young lady. She'll be taking good care of herself.
Well, Don shouldn't take such risks with her. It isn't worth it.
On the contrary, it'll be worth everything to us if it works. And you can be sure Don never would have started it if he hadn't known what he was doing. Oh, sit down, will you, Red, and let me walk the plank a while.
I've been waiting for you. Do as you're told and keep your mouth shut. Outside.
What does this mean? Where are you taking me?
You'll be perfectly safe, miss. We need a nurse for Barsack.
I'm taking it on my own to go back to the warehouse and see what's happening.
Oh, all right, if you can't get your nose out of it, then I'll go with you to see you don't get into trouble.
If you two think I'm going to stay here by myself, you're crazy.
What's the matter?
Matt and Husky will take Barsack and the nurse to number 2 listening post. They're to wait for us there.
Did M22 change his plans?
Not much, but he wants you and Spike to start placing dynamite in the smelter chimney and blow it up right away. That'll stop Blake's work on the power plant.
That was a smart move on the part of M22. I think the Scorpion will like it.
Yeah, while Winslow and his pals are looking around for Barsack, we wreck the smelter.
And with Winslow busy investigating the explosion, we can pick up Barsack and that nurse and take them to the hideout.
We can't miss.
We've got to get to the car before they do. even if my scheme did fail to get me into the Scorpion's hideout, we learned about the smelter, there may be time to save it. Have Red and Mike come to the smelter as fast as they can.
All right, Don, good luck.
Oh, thanks. I'll need it.
Okay, now for a last look at that charge. Made?
Sure.
All right. That hole's deep enough, let alone. You don't pack that dynamite in good and solid, you lose a lot of its force. This explosion has to be just right to smash these buildings and cripple the power plant.
What makes you so sure that the chimney's going to fall the way you want it to?
Everything depends on how the dynamite's placed. With the charge on this side, it can't fall in any direction except toward the smelter. If we're on the opposite side, it'll fall toward the kill.
Well, I put it just like you told me.
All right. Let's get back to the plunger and set her off. Watch her go.
Hold it. You've got a loose connection.
You had a bad connection, but it's all right now.
Get away from that plunger!
Fall on us if we don't get out of here.
had a bad connection, but it's all right now.
Good.
Get away from that plunger.
Fall on us if we don't get out of here.
We certainly bungled that job from every angle. We smashed the chimney, but we didn't smash the powerhouse, thanks to Winslow.
He got what was coming to him. He's under that pile of bricks.
We were supposed to take him alive. Now, let's get back and break the sad news to Merlin.
Doesn't that look like the car Mercedes said Don used?
It does that, Red. If the thing owner had a license on it, we might trace the owner.
Mike, that's a break. The stack didn't fall on the power plant.
Well, you can bet Don kept that from happening. I just hope they didn't get it.
Were you here, Pat, when the chimney collapsed?
We're working underground when we heard the explosion.
Have you seen Commander Winslow?
No, sir.
He must be around here somewhere. Listen. Is that knocking?
There's someone alive under the wreckage.
It's Don. That's our old secret code, Mike.
Oh, praise be, he's still alive.
Well, he won't be for long if we leave him in there. Come on, let's get him out. Get him in, man.
Destroy the power plant? No. We ran into a mix-up with Winslow. He switched the dynamite charge.
So you let him outsmart you again, did you?
That's the last time he'll interfere with us. He's dead.
Dead? How did that happen?
Falling chimney crushed him.
Scorpion ordered us to take him alive.
We couldn't help what happened.
I don't want to hear your alibis now. We've got something else to do. We've got to rescue Barzak.
Barzak? Well, he's at the listening post.
That's what you think. That was Winslow you carried to the hut. He was impersonating Barzak.
Well, then, where's Barzak?
Still at the warehouse dispensary, with only one man guarding him. You follow me.
Come on, boy. Yeah, that's it. A little more, Red. That's it.
Okay, now, sailor. That was a close one, Red.
You're not kidding.
It was a fine job you did, lad. You saved Blake's power plant.
You certainly did. How did you do it?
I'll tell you all about it in the car on the way back to the warehouse.
Then I'll have to hear it later. I've got to clear this debris out of the way. All right, Pat, get busy. Come on, boys. Hit it up.
I'm going to see how Barzak's getting along.
Fine, Red.
Don, come here, wait.
Mercedes, what happened?
We never had a chance, Don. The Scorpion's agents took Barzak.
What about Chapman? Where is he?
They took him, too. And I heard one of the men say something about our codes.
Codes? They're still here.
Take Barzak to our hospital room as quick as you can. He needs immediate attention.
I can't figure it, Red. They took Chapman, the safe is open, and yet they didn't touch our code book.
Well, we know their object in coming here was to get Barzak, but why take Chapman along, too?
Unless it was to torture the poor lad.
They've got some smart trick up their sleeves. You can bet on that.
M22 standing by.
Go ahead, M22.
We rescued Barzak from Winslow. He's here now, but in a critical condition.
Barzak must receive our best medical care. Why hasn't Winslow been taken prisoner as I ordered?
He's dead.
Dead? How did that happen?
He tried to interfere with our agent's attempts to destroy the power plant at the Navy base. He was killed accidentally.
Did you photograph Winslow's special codes?
We did. We also have Chapman, his radio operator, a prisoner.
All right, you have my orders regarding those codes. See that they are obeyed.
Winslow's death will certainly change the plans of his associates in running down our sabotage.
Yes. You better get to the listening post as quick as you can. We've got to find out what those changes are going to be.
Tell Red and Mike to come in here, will you, please?
Okay.
Well, my hunch was right.
Did you find the mic?
Sure, I found it. Under the floor of the radio room, right where I marked it with that paper. The wires lead off through heavy foliage into the jungle.
They probably lead to those huts where you've had so much trouble.
Right. One of those huts, or both of them, is their listening post.
What are we waiting for? Let's go over and break them up.
No need of that. I cut the wires. Right now, we've got to find Chapman.
Sure, they must have taken him to their headquarters, wherever that is.
To get to the listening post and try to capture one of their men and make him talk. I'll go on ahead. Red, you and Mike follow.
You've a lot to know where he got that hunch about the microphone.
Oh, I can tell you that. He found it out while he was impersonating Barzak in the hut. One of the agents was talking about a listening post.
Oh. Well, Mike, looks like here we go again.
Hi, Spike.
Hello.
Picked up anything yet, Corey?
No, nothing of importance.
You sure they haven't broadcast anything since they returned to the warehouse?
Yeah, they've been very quiet for some time.
All right, close up the set. I'm going to check with Kolash, the old sea mill, where they're holding Chapman.
What's M22 going to do with Chapman?
Take him to headquarters where we can force information out of him. You and Spike wait here.
Winslow. Surprised to see me alive, aren't you? All right, out. Come on, Mike.
But don't follow them.
Why didn't you let us go after him? We've got to get Chapman. I found out where they're holding him. Where's the car?
Sure, and Blake has it. He's waiting for us back at the end of the trail.
Then let's get back there. We haven't any time to lose. Blake, have you ever heard of a place called the Old Sea Mill?
Sure, it's near the shore at the end of an ocean canal.
Then let's get there as fast as we can. That's where they've got Chapman. certainly looks deserted enough.
I guess that's why the Scorpion's men are using it for a hideout.
That's what I figure. Mike, you and Blake stay here.
By golly, I expected that. I never get into a fight.
You might have a chance. After a reasonable time, follow us. We may be walking into a trap.
If Winslow overheard you talking in that hut, he's liable to bring a mob to the rescue.
No, Winslow doesn't work that way. But if he should come, here's what we've got to do.
Judging from these tracks, this old mill isn't as deserted as it looks.
While you fellows are doing that, Spike and I'll be...
4 white men come. Winslow overheard you all right.
Lucky for us, he did. Now, with Chaplin for bait, we can follow out the Scorpion's orders and capture Winslow alive. All right, fellas, get set.
Red, see where that door leads.
Drop your guns, both of you. Since you're so curious, go on in and take a look. Go on. Take a look through the trap door, Winslow. We have one of your friends down there. Take him out to the old canal chute.
It's lucky you found me, Commander. One of the Scorpion's men photographed our code books, and they have the film here somewhere.
We've got to get that film back at any cost.
This trapdoor is locked. Looks like some sort of an opening over there. Could be a ventilator.
Maybe this lever operated, sir.
We'll soon find out.
That's salt water. This solid must connect with the canal that leads to the ocean.
Hold your fire, Mike. It might bring him out. Let's try and crash that front door.
They've got Don in the dungeon under that other room. Beat it upstairs, Spike. Get the camera and pictures we took of his special codes.
Get out through that trap door in the back room.
Just in time, Red.
Looks like those crooks tried to drown you.
Two of them made their getaway. They have photographs of our secret codes.
Here, Commander, take this gun.
Thanks, Blake. Those Scorpion crooks got out of this mill with our secret codes that escape in our car. Can you navigate, Chapman?
Yes, Commander.
All right.
Mike, let us take a look upstairs.
There's one of them. It's heading for our car. Hold it. Let him go, Red. He'll be as hard to catch as a rattler in this thick jungle growth.
The photograph codes, Commander.
Are you sure?
This is the camera they used to photograph our code books.
We'll take them back and have them developed to make certain, and then burn them.
See, if those are the codes, we've spoiled another of the Scorpion's little plans.
This was a big plan, Red. If the Scorpion had our code, he could intercept our messages and then send out false ones, without our knowing it.
Here comes Mike.
We searched that whole mill from top to bottom, and there's nary a sight of them heathen.
We'll have that place thoroughly investigated later. Right now, we've got to get back to the warehouse and develop these films.
About time you showed up, Prindle. M22's been asking for you.
Stow the gas.
Wait a minute, Prindle.
Where's the code photographs?
Winslow and his pals jumped me, creased my shoulder with a piece of lead. Took the camera and films.
Get Spike over to the hospital room and have his shoulder fixed up.
I can go to the hospital myself. I'm on my way to tell the submarine captain that the undersea oil well is fixed and he can fuel up. Prindle! Scorpion's waiting for a report. Scorpion ain't gonna like Prindle's report. You can't blame him. With Winslow free, there's always a chance of him finding this underwater subbase.
Yeah, it'd be a shame to have that sailor Winslow interfering with this setup.
So you'd better get over to the hospital room and have Doc Hunter fix up that shoulder. M22 standing by.
M22. Again you have failed. This time you must carry out my instructions or suffer the Scorpion's punishment. Work on the United States Naval Base continues without interruption in spite of the fact that Don Winslow is dead. It must be stopped. Do you understand?
Yes, Master. But I must report that Winslow is still alive. He escaped from the accident which we thought had killed him.
Alive? Then he outsmarted you again. Can't you realize that Winslow threatens our undersea base on Tangita? He must be taken prisoner and his destroyer, the 620, must be destroyed. You, M22, are not to be suspected. Contact Coloca, the witch doctor at his native village. Remind him of his promise to help us. Use him. Winslow's disappearance must look like a native job. You have heard my orders. Obey them.
Scorpion is sure plenty sore.
He has reason to be. We've got to obey his orders or... well, you know the penalty.
What's this about Coloca?
Oh, he's an ambitious old crook who wants to take over the tribe from the rightful chief Tambana.
I don't see how that's going to help us.
If we promise Coloca to help him get control of the natives, He'll take care of Winslow and his associates for us. I have an idea. If it works, it'll make Coloca do anything we ask him. I'll contact him right away. We better take Corley. He understands and speaks the native tongue. We may need him.
Coloca.
What Scorpion man want? Scorpion said you would help us. Coloca had given his word.
Scorpion must help Coloca to be chief. Tom Banner, not good king.
Scorpion is ready to keep his word. All right, boys, open up the outfit. Hand me the mic. Take that loudspeaker and put it back of the idol's head where it won't be seen.
Okay.
Now, speak into that, low.
Coloca for that.
No, go ahead. Try it again. It won't hurt you.
Coloca for that.
Talk box, make look like our great god talk.
That's the idea. You can use it to make your idol Monakai tell your people to get rid of Tom Banner and make you king.
Coloco help Scorpion men.
Good. All right, boys. Hook up the outfit back of the idol, where Coloca can use it without being seen. You know Commander Winslow?
Him big Navy man?
That's the one. I'll bring him here with his friends. You keep him alive as a prisoner and throw the others in the ocean to the sharks.
Many native people plenty sick. Coloca make native people believe the white man Winslow make their idol angry.
That's a good idea.
Well, Red.
Yeah?
Put some of that stuff on my back for me, will you, please?
All right. You know, I hope this idea of yours is worth all this trouble.
Suffering snakes, will you look at the boy?
Don, what on earth?
I have a hunch that with this disguise, I'll be able to investigate that old sea mill without much interference.
Hello, folks. Tell me where I can find Commander Winslow.
Hello, Merlin. I hope you'll pardon my disguise.
Well, it's a very clever getup.
I hope it will help me in my efforts to learn something about the Scorpions gang.
I may be able to help you.
I wish you could.
One of my native workmen told me that his people blame the sickness on the presence of us white people on the island.
That might prove serious.
Now, this fear among the natives may be caused by the Scorpion's agents.
Why do you say that?
Well, this native said that he saw a number of white men in an old ruin near their village. They were working around an idol which the natives hold very sacred.
Don, my boy, that's the clue we've been looking for.
It may be. Oh, Misty, call Chapman for me, will you please? Merlin, just where's this old ruin located?
It's on a cliff overlooking the village. I'd be glad to take you to it.
Fine, let's go and investigate right now.
Well, Don, what about this getup?
I'll leave it on. I may be able to investigate the old sea mill later. Oh, Chapman, I want you to go with us. We may need you.
Aye, aye, sir.
All right, Red. Mike?
Miss Colby, I'm in something of a jam. A number of my native workmen's children are sick, and I thought perhaps you
Of
might...
course, Mr. Blake. I'd be glad to help them. I'll get my kit. I'll get it for you.
I hate to impose on you like this, but my company doctor's overworked.
Oh, well, don't give it a thought.
If these children don't recover, the superstitious natives might blame it on our naval construction job.
Well, thank you, Misty.
Winslow swallowed the bait, all right.
And that old crook Coloca will do the rest.
Why is Merlin sticking with them?
So that Winslow will think Merlin's one of the victims when Coloca's natives jump them.
And then when the natives sacrifice the others, Coloca will turn Merlin loose, huh?
Better than that. Coloca will hold Winslow for us to turn over at the Scorpion. Then he'll fix it for Chapman to escape.
Why let him escape?
Because Chapman will report that the natives did the job.
Boy, what a setup.
Yeah, looks a little weird.
Let's investigate it.
I'd be careful. If there are any natives around, I'm sure they'd object to our touching their idol.
We'll take that chance. Look, perfectly modern dictaphone set. Your hunch was right, Merlin.
Saw them all come in here. Did you get them?
Hey, prisoners.
Good.
That's the old temple, once used as a sacrificial altar to the native idol or god that still stands inside the temple.
That must be the idol that Merlin was talking about. I suppose Don and the others are in there now.
We can soon find out.
More of Winslow's friends.
Won't he be surprised when he sees me walking in on the investigation?
I'll tell him you treated those sick children so well, I brought you to see the temple as a reward.
They must be sacrificed for the others. Get Coloca quick.
I'd certainly like to get out of this dungeon and investigate this place.
Might be the Scorpion's hideout.
What I overheard, I don't think so.
Did you hear them even say what they're going to do with us?
That old witch doctor told the natives we were to be sacrificed.
We've got to get out of here.
They're Winslow's friends. Capture them and sacrifice them with the others.
Coloca, do what you say.
My, that was a long climb. Seems awfully quiet. I wonder where Don and the others are.
Let's go in and find out.
Weird looking, isn't it? I wonder if I dare go up there.
I think so.
I'll look to start the sacrificial ceremony right away.
If this plan works, head to the top of the stairs in the next room. There's some kind of a door there.
Our gods are angry. They demand the lives of the white people. Let the drums begin our blood ceremony.
We're no better off than we were before.
Sure, and you're right. It would be suicide to jump off of this cliff.
Sure, and you're wrong, Mike. I can make that dive.
No, Don, please don't try.
I'm sure I can make it. Then I'll sneak back to the temple, get the guns, and if I'm lucky, we can make a break for it.
Good boy.
Look! Sharks!
Hello, back already? That was the first part of Don Winslow of the Navy from 1942. We'll have the second part coming up soon. So thank you for tuning in, and if you can, go to Don's Breakfast Cereal Show on YouTube under Donald O'Malley. Hit like and subscribe, and you'll never miss one of my shows. Thanks again for tuning in. Stay safe, and be kind to each other. Good night, folks. See you next time.